everyone. It seems as if the Tinubu's people are still banking on a meeting with Trump. And this is what Sahara Reporters, has to say. Say military action. Nigerian presidency says Trump-Tinubu meeting plans still ongoing. Daniel Boala came out to say that, that in the coming week, I think that was last week, I've been at 2 weeks ago, immediately after that whole the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern by the US happened, Daniel Boala came out and said that, that Trump and Tinubu were going to meet in the coming days, and this was going to happen either in the White House or in the Nigerian State House. That was when I first said, these people don't rate you people, because I'm not among the people that they are not rating very well. I removed myself from that list. Honestly, I just said, okay, they're going to have a meeting, they could come in there either there or here. As in, okay, let me just keep quiet. But anyway, after that, they now came to say that, the meeting had fallen apart. They were not having a meeting, that they were going to have a meeting. Is it when they were going for one particular summit, I think in South Africa, that they are doing the summit or something like that. And then that one also, it also didn't, sort of didn't go through. And then now they're saying that there's going to be another meeting. But anyway, let's look at what Sahara Reporters has to say. He said, his comments, the Nigerian presidency has expressed optimism that Bola Tinubu will soon meet with his American counterpart. Rigging. That's where rig election. That's where no rig election. A counterpart. But anyway, in terms of title, a counterpart. We soon meet his American counterpart, Donald Trump, to further strengthen bilateral relations between both countries. The special advisor to Tinubu on media and policy communication, Daniel Boala, stated this on Monday. It's still the same, Daniel Boala stated this. The last one he stated, of course, obviously, it was this. And I know there were a lot of people who were asking, even if that was supposed to happen, was he supposed to come out to the world with the news? Why don't you allow it happen? Or when you now have a concrete something before putting any of that. He expressed this hope during an interview on Arise Television's Prime Time. Let me just also say, one of the ways that you will know that there's no leadership in a particular place is how everybody is going off and saying whatever they were doing or doing whatever they're doing without any central check. This whole designation by America of Nigeria as a country of particular concern has led to just anyhow reaction. There's no concerted or symmetrical or aligned kind of statement that is being put out, or conversation, or the way the whole thing is being handled. So it's different people just doing their own. The Minister of Aviation is putting his, I had to ask you, okay, which one be your own? He said, your Minister of Aviation, they're having foreign affairs talk. Why are you putting your mouth in there? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is having their own. And for me, I even did a video on that. That's the only reaction that I saw that was when you say people will get sense, they talk ahead. That was the kind of reaction. Every other one, it was just all over the place. The one from the so-called presidency was the most disastrous of it all. The way it was almost as if whether they were threatening or I just don't even know, especially on Nanuga's part. It's something, it's definitely on another level. And that just shows you the kind of leadership that there is. I said Tinubu and Trump will hopefully meet either at the White House or State House. It could happen at any time. In diplomacy, protocol is key. When you're building something, it must be preserved and protected, said Daniel Boala. Will not be pressured into revealing the stage we are at in the discussion, because in diplomacy, there must be respect for protocol, Boala said. The same Boala, you were the one that came to the public and started blabbing, you understand? If you had not blabbed your mouth and said all of this, nobody is going to be questioning you right now. And it just speaks down to the kind of people who are currently at the helm of affairs for our country. And Nigerians are wondering why certain things are hard for them, especially diplomatically, when they're trying to do certain things outside. How wouldn't it be? Look at the people who are currently in the seat of power in your country. His comments came amid Trump's designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern and threat of military operation. The assurance follows earlier remarks made by Boala in a statement issued on Saturday, November 1st, 2024, in which he emphasized that both leaders share a common vision in combating terrorism and protecting humanity from violent extremism. Both uh, Tinubu and Trump have shared interests in fighting against insurgency and all forms of terrorism against humanity. But just to add here that I would say that Tinubu has a very weird way of showing that concern that he has, because in the last month or year, or over a year or 2 years that citizens have been killed in Nigeria, Tinubu has not even bothered with statements. At least on the other administration, you have from time to time regular kind of statement. Tinubu doesn't even say anything, doesn't acknowledge, moves on with his life, having fun. It is sometimes when the dragging gets a lot too much that you see him make lip service. And even when he gets there, it's always like pouring insult into injury. We saw what happened in Benue State when he finally decided to go to Benue State after the killings and killings and killings that had happened over there. So I don't know how that is the kind of fighting against terrorism. But anyway, that Daniel Boyle noted that the Trump administration had extended significant support to Nigeria's security efforts, which Tinubu has effectively built upon. He said President Trump has assisted Nigeria a lot by authorizing the sale of arms to Nigeria, and Tinubu has adequately utilized the opportunity in the fight against terrorism, for which we have massive results to show for it. I don't know about the massive results that he's talking about, but I can tell you that citizens all over Nigeria are really going through a lot. We are having more and more terrorist groups coming out. Kwara State, that used to be peaceful, it's all of a sudden all over the place, always in the news with the killings that are going on and the terrorism that are going on. We had another group, is it La Karua in Sokoto, some terrorist group that have also been terrorizing the people. Edo State is not left out, especially Edo North, where there has been a lot of terrorism, going on. So I really don't understand this particular result that they're talking about. Boala further stated that any perceived differences between the two leaders on the nature of terrorist targets in Nigeria would be addressed during their upcoming engagement. He said, as for the differences as to whether terrorists in Nigeria target only Christians or in fact all faiths and no faith, the differences, if they exist, will be discussed and resolved by the two leaders when they meet in the coming days. You see, he's used the word again, the same word he used the last time. Coming days. When you say something is coming days, it means like in the next 2, 3, 4, maximum 5 days. Because if you are going there, if it's going to 6, 7 days, you will use the word week, not coming days. But anyway, let me just stop here. As usual, is Dane Boala doing Dane Boala things. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.